Greetings everyone, good people. Happy Soul Care Sunday. So I coined this phrase. Let's just say, not that I created it completely, but I feel like I personally coined it. Like, you don't hear anyone saying anything about it. I know Oprah, it's so funny. I've been being called Oprah a lot lately. However, Oprah has been influential in my life. However, I don't consider myself Oprah. So, anyway, you guys hear, now I'm going to say, what's his name? Infinite Waters. I'm out here in the heart of nature, baby. Breathing in that good ass prana. Thank you, Infinite Waters, for giving us that beautiful affirmation. So anyway, I'm out here, and actually we had an ancestral remembrance ritual out here maybe about a month ago. I'm bad with timing, y'all, because I be so in between. I'm hoping I don't run into any unwanted friends. As a matter of fact, let me get out of here because I thought it, so therefore it shall be. So let me get myself onto concrete grounds, which I don't really want to do because it's hot out here, y'all. How them girls say here, how them boys say here in Charleston, eat hot out here. Did I say that wrong? I did. Eat hot out here, y'all. I'm Gullah Geechee, but please, my tongue has been colonized. Okay, let me find some shade because this is unbelievable. Okay, well, got a little bit of shade here without me completely being in the woods. Got my water. I'm gonna set it down for a second while I'm balancing, still practicing on how to use this Digi. So anyone that has one or has some experience with one, I would appreciate some tips as I'm learning to use it and perfecting using it, because I do want to produce more content like this out here in the heart of nature. So you guys can come with me. I know I do a lot of posts, and maybe everyone doesn't read it because, there's a lot to read online, right? There's always a post. There's always something. And honestly, the posts are great, but we really do need to get back into physical interaction, since the pandemic. And this is not why I made this video, but this is what's coming up. So bear with me, y'all, if I ramble just a tad bit. And then I'll get to the point of why I'm making this video today and why I'm sharing what I'm sharing. Okay, so you guys peep the fit. I put this hat on randomly because, as you can see, this is a different type of heat that we're getting, y'all. Okay, so, where was I? Oh, yeah, there's a lot of overstimulation online. There's a lot of videos online too. So ever since the pandemic, we have really been just disconnected socially because we're online, we're in text messages, we're in group chats. The physical interactions have been completely removed, right? You can't go to anyone's house. You're scared to get COVID. You know what? I mean, even though we're past that did do a lot of trauma, and we are still living in the trauma of COVID. Why? Because a lot of us lost loved ones. I don't know of one family that didn't lose a loved one because of COVID or some relation to during that period of COVID. Yeah, I mean, my family was touched at least by 2 deaths on both sides that we are aware of that was part of that whole COVID situation. So anyway, and then we're continuing to lose good souls. We just recently lost, everyone know we all grew up with him, Malcolm Jawal Warner. That was such a good brother on this planet, and we needed that soldier here with us. But that soldier, the plans for his life took him to fight with us on the other side. So yeah, we need him over there and we need him over here. But for now, we will bless him and bless him in the hope that he was open into the arms of being with the realm of the ancestors. He had his initiation, and well, he would still be going through his initiation right now. So that's, I told you I was gonna ramble, because I know that as thoughts come up, as I say certain things, that I'm gonna start building on it. And as I build on it, that's gonna create a whole nother conversation. So let me get to why I'm doing this Soul Care Sunday video today. I'm doing this Soul Care Sunday video today because I want to spread the message of how important caring for yourself is. And this is why, and I actually coined this phrase around that COVID time. And this is why Soul Care Sunday is so important. Because I literally have been, since I've been sharing it online, which has been, it's been a while. It's in the archives, right? It's in the archives. But since I've been saying it and since I've been practicing it, and I get to watch this beautiful display, almost like a symphony of birds flying through the branches of this like really boisterous tree. And I hope I used that word right. I get blamed for not, but anyway, this is beautiful. So yeah, that just distracted me. Okay, back to what I was doing this for. Okay, so pouring into yourself, and not just into your physical body, because, and I was just explaining this as well, right? This physical adornment, you see me, because listen, honey, today, when I put this on, let me tell you, and I looked in the mirror, and I said, damn, girl, you looking like you got it. You're looking prosperous. You're looking very abundant. Yeah. You're looking abundant today, girl. Put that shit on. Excuse my language. For those who care about it. Put that shit on. And I want you to put that shit on too. Because I want us to all be out here putting that shit on. Whatever that shit is. And when you put it on, this is the adornment of the physical body based on what the soul is feeling. I feel abundant. I feel prosperous. I feel like, in the words of Rick Ross, fuck with me, you know I got it. That's what I feel like. I feel like fuck with me, you know I got it. Or about it. Yeah. So I feel like I adorned myself in that way. And I feel that, this energy, because it is all about energy for me. This energy attracts something. It attracts the higher, let me see, what did I just do? It attracts the higher realms, not the lower realms, the higher realms. And not only did I put the shit on, but I put it within me. So today I started my day, and I usually start my Sundays with a smoothie bowl. Just some fruits, some frozen fruit slushy, some fresh fruits, maybe some granola. And sometimes if I'm feeling, saucy, honey and Nutella, just to, smooth out the taste for me, or the I don't know, it just tastes good. It just tastes good, okay? But yeah, these things grow some sort of pod, and I'm wondering what is in this pod. Let me see if I can turn this around. Hold on. Nope. See, I'm trying to learn how to use this. It didn't turn around. See, I have a video that I did that it did turn around, but today it's not doing it. Oh, just knocked over my water. Gotta pick it up, y'all. 1 second. Oop. And my phone is flipping around. That's what I gotta get familiar with using this digi thing. Anyway. So, yeah. It's what we put in our body. It's how we take care of our body. So, you know, we all have pretty busy weeks because most of us work during the week, and, you know, most of the weekends we're out, we're off, we're doing something, you know, we're out and about, or we're going to some event or something like that. And so during the week, you know, we kind of, I feel like, you know, that's when our discipline should really be set in, right? Because regardless if we're working for someone or we're working for ourselves, we still have to have discipline. And especially if we work for ourselves, we have to also increase the discipline that we do have, because you can't be successful if you're not consistent. And you cannot be consistent if you're not disciplined. You have to be disciplined in the success that you want to achieve, and that is all us. We got to show up 100% for ourselves. Like we literally, I'm not going to say we, I will say that there are people within this society, and I really am talking to Nubian people, quite honestly. This is not for any other group of people. I'm talking to my people. I should have said it at the beginning of this video, but I'm talking to my people, right? And I'm not even just talking about my people, but my people that think and feel like me. You know, the people of like minds. I'm reaching out to you, my people, right? And I'm sure you know this, my people, you know, and even for the people that are not quite my people, but if you have an ear, hear the message that, you know, this one here, this messenger has to say, you know. And I feel like, you know, when I speak about something, when I have these type of conversations, I feel like this is a message coming through my divine self from the divine realm. Whether it is the divine, I mean, you know, if I have that kind of spiritual pull, then you better not ever fuck with me. Because if I'm talking directly to God, Mother and Father, you sure you want to mess with me? I don't think so. You might be in some big trouble messing with me. But, you know, I won't go that high. I'll say, let's just say I'm getting these messages from the divine realm, okay? And in that, whenever I speak, I know that there's power in the words that I speak. I know how powerful my words are. I know how energy works. And I spent enough time understanding it and learning to love it from here, so that when I speak it, it's not me just reciting something someone else put inside my ear and I'm trying to regurgitate what they told me, because that's not intelligence. That's smart, but it's not intelligence. Intelligence is a natural occurrence that happens and grows within nature. Why do we know this? Because no one has to teach the birds what to do. The birds don't even talk in the way that we talk to each other. No one had to teach them to do what they do. They just do it naturally, intelligently. This is how you see and understand and know intelligence. See, what happens is somebody like me, I was groomed or taught to not just believe what someone tells me or what they say to me. I was taught to go check it out. So then I go and I learn and I absorb because I've been taught to research any and everything. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people were not taught that. So they just take what's said. They don't even understand. And I know a lot of you that are in the Love and Light family, y'all don't like when people like me talk like this. But guess what? There is duality in all things. And just because I vibrate high does not mean I haven't integrated my dark and my light. Some of you guys are so light that you are afraid of your dark. And you think that you're supposed to completely get rid of the dark side of you. And you're not. And guess what the dark side is? And bear with me, y'all. The dark side is just masculine energy. We're talking about ego versus the feminine energy, which is soul. So let's not, y'all gonna get mad. Honey, please. I've been doing this for a very long time. Even before I actually joined not just walk into, but actually join that, meaning that I actually did a application. I actually did a physical. I actually went through the initiation process. I actually had to wait for my application to be received. I actually had to have my entrance actually documented with an entry certification, and I also had to have a membership card, and I also had to get approved to be able to join it. I did not just walk into it. See, now you guys claim spirituality, but you do all these physical things and look for physical validation, and you sit up here and you sit here and you try to convince people online, because this over the last, actually since COVID, there's been, actually no, a little bit before COVID, I would even say, but like really sprout out during COVID, where you see all these people, these relatively very young people, early 20s, just getting started on life. And if you understand the cycles of life, you haven't even really touched it quite yet. But anyway, I did, there's journeys. And I talked about this on the last video I did about cycles. I talked about how there's life cycles, there's the fool's journey, which is really this journey that everybody starts out on. Everybody starts out on the fool's journey. Try to get a little bit better lighting. Let me see. Okay, maybe that might work. Oh, okay. Maybe right there. Everyone starts out on the fool's journey. And if you're lucky enough, you can, eventually get to the hero's journey or the conqueror's journey. There's these different cycles of journeys throughout life. It's not just one way. And that's the thing within being in America. There's such a lack of spirituality within the culture here. The culture is just all about consumerism and where you live, and it's just so spread out, so random. So they got everybody mixed up, and so you're really not living among like minds. You're trying to find people as close to like-minded as possible. Y'all, what are these? I'm gonna definitely look these up before I leave, because I see this tree a lot. I did not know that pods grew from them, and I'm gonna understand this tree before I leave. So when I see these plants again, I will know. Yeah, that was also something I'm extremely into. Nature, understanding, and knowing the plants and the trees. Yep. A lot of us look at the plant, the flowers, because most things that are good for the body blooms. So a lot of times when we see blooms, for a lot of those trees, unless if they're not ornamental, then they are medicinal and they're more than likely edible. But there's so many different apps out here now where you could see a photo or a leaf, a tree leaf, a branch, and a bark of a tree, and you can actually put it in your phone and it'll identify the tree for you. So that's been amazing app on my phone. That's one of my favorite apps, actually. But what the hell is that? Okay. So anyway, so this is why I'm saying, like, just to have a day. So I know, like again, like I said, we are running, we're busy, we're making money, we're taking care of our families, we're taking care of our homes. That is a lot of work. That is a lot of work. In 2025, you have to have already got your house in order. Let me tell you something right now. If you do not already have in 2025 right now, what are we in? The month of June, I think. No, July. We're in the month of July. I think it's probably around the 27th of the month. Yeah. When we're somewhere around the 26th or the 27th of the month of July. Getting ready to hit August. Okay. Here we go. I'm about to ramble just a tiny tad bit. And I'm going to tell you why you got to make sure your house is in order. So as of today, as of the sound of my voice, make sure that you are focused on getting your house in order. And by order, I mean that you have some discipline set in your home and how you decided to run your home. Because whatever you bring into your home, into your sanctuary, your home, okay, becomes a part of you. So if you're one of them type of people that like having people running in and out your house, you ain't too spiritual, are you? You ain't too well, y'all ain't gonna like the fact that I said that. Because I'll be, oh, how you know somebody's spiritual? Oh, you're not giving them a chance. When you see that spirit, test that spirit and see it if it is of God or not. You were told that. Y'all was out here freaking out about, oh my God, Sinners is so good. Sinners is so good. It's such a good movie. I watched that movie. I was so disappointed. Y'all not gonna like that either. You guys overhyped it. It wasn't even well done. He had the budget to do it. He had the know-how to do it. But he didn't do it. He didn't do it. It wasn't done. I've seen movies with less, but more. But yeah, anyway, we'll talk about that in another day. So outside of that, what I was saying about the black magic is that you always want to sprinkle some around you when you are outside, especially in nature. Just put that black magic all around, and that will also keep a lot of negative. Okay, yeah, they walked too close to me while I was recording, so I just started talking crazy. Anyway, so that they don't walk around me again, because this is about the fourth or fifth person that did that when they could have clearly walked around. But anyway, y'all just caught me being bad. Okay, I'm sorry. It's like you see me recording and then you're like loud talking. You see me with this huge thing in my hand. You know that I'm recording. Why would you not even just go out a little bit further or just go the other way? Some people have been doing that. Like, you don't have to just walk straight like you're wanting me to move out the way, but you see me standing here. That's the kind of disrespectful things that happen here in Charleston among the people, the Kamyas versus the Binyas. The Kamyas are disrespectful. Yeah, very disrespectful. And see, they got some, they feel, and this is why we're seeing so many of them here too, because they feel like because of the Republican mayor that they have in office right now, that's really, you know, trying to make Charleston more for them than for those of us who Binya, you know. They're trying to make it very comfortable, very appeasing, very pleasing for the Kamyas. Yeah. And not just any Kamyas, but specifically the European Kamyas. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Even though that's a whole nother subject. See, y'all, there's so much I got within inside of me, within my heart, within my head that I just want to share. But I have to get very comfortable with expressing myself. Like if we were face to face in person, then, you know, I could easily just, you know, have the conversation. But then like for the audio, the video, you know, I've made videos in the past, especially if you follow me on Instagram, you'll find a lot of my older videos on there that I'm having conversations like this. Now here they come again. And this is why I did that, because I wanted to make sure that they don't come back this way again, but they doing it anyway. But yeah. So yeah, what I was saying was that, you know, we were speaking in person, you know, I would be able to have a lot more conversation versus through the recorded digital, because the digital is I don't know, I gotta get comfortable with it. I'm just not 100% comfortable with it yet. So you guys will see me drop in and drop out with this, but I'll post a lot, like, you know, just like on the Facebook timeline, things that I'm thinking or things that I'm feeling that I want to share. But, you know, I can't always say that that's a good interaction, because, you know, some people read it. I think a lot of people read it. A lot of people see it, but there's very little to low interaction. And I'm not going to say that that's just because of me, because I see that with a lot of people, a lot of people's posts. So yeah, anyway, outside of that, we are coming up on the Lionsgate portal, and it is coming up fairly quickly. So if you, and one of the things that I was going to mention, if you've seen more recently that, you know, especially if you're here in Charleston, you've gotten a lot of the heat advisory warnings on your phone. And so with the heat advisory warnings on your phone, we know that 8/8/2025 is what's called the dog days of summer, which is the hottest day of the summer, the hottest day of the year. So if it's already hot, sweltering hot, you can imagine that 8/8/2025 is going to be extremely hot, unbearably hot. You know, we actually have two suns. Two. We got the sun that is ours, that we see every day. Well, we see the other one too. We just don't know it's a sun. You weren't taught that in school. Then we have the star Sirius. Will also be shining in directly in our direction. So this is why it's called the dog star in astrology. And you find this dog star right below the when you're looking at the Orion star constellation in the sky. And remember, Orion had the dog below his foot. So when you go straight down his leg, past his belt to the leg, you see another star, which is the star Sirius. That is actually a sun. And that sun is in alignment with our sun on the Lionsgate portal. And of course, you know, the time, the exact date, I know it changes over there because, you know, anyway, I'm not going to get into all that. That's one random conversation I'm not going to get into right now. But that sun, along with our sun that we get every day, and actually, sheesh, it feels like there's a couple of suns beaming on us right now, right? This is a different type of heat. Never felt this heat before. And I've been here I left for a good bit of years. I left for about 2 decades, a little over 2 decades. I don't know what I just heard. But another reason why, because this thing has been coming in my mind. It's been in my head. Actually, this morning it was in my head. You know? And I know that I'm over here near the water. And not only the water, but a lot of woods. I mean, there's a lot of people out here, plus their little dogs and stuff like that, you know, that would say, okay, well, let's stay out of that way, right? There was a lot of little kids over here playing. I'm so glad that their parents took them in, because the way that this heat is set up, nah, these kids, you should have had them kids out here playing at that park early this morning, like about 9 o'clock, 8 o'clock this morning, not this time of the afternoon. And I don't even know what time it is. I actually need to get back to my car. You guys gonna, about to stepping into the sun. I feel like I need to walk backwards or something. But yeah, because see, the sun, oh, it's not giving me the light that I need. Okay, it's right there. Yeah, I'm not getting the light that I needed. So I need to just realize what time it was. So, So to wrap this video up, I know I kind of been a little bit of every place right now, but let me get some shade because I could feel this equipment heating up. So I don't want it to overheat. But pour into yourself. You know, Soul Care Sunday, to me, I was always taught about, you know, this frequency. You know, it goes up on Friday. Everybody's like, you know, out and da-da-da. And by Sunday, it's turned all the way down. So you see, Sunday is like a super calm day. The energy is very vibe out. It's just like it's not a lot going on. You could just feel it. You could feel the difference in a Sunday versus a Monday or a Friday. So that's why I say, you know, Sunday is a good day to have a Soul Care Sunday, because this is the day that you could really tap into this calming energy. And you have to be calm despite all the journeys that you go through. Even when you integrate your dark to your light, and you're able to, you know, be both, be light and dark, right? Because that's what we need to be able to be. We need to be able to be light and dark. We can't be all light. We can't be all dark. Even though there's some people that are like that. You know, we accept them. And we thank them for making that sacrifice. Yeah, it's a sacrifice. You know, because what we ultimately want to have is balance. So to be balanced, you have to have a balancement between your light and your dark within yourself. You can't expect balancement within your finances, within your world, external world, within your home and your home life and your relationship life, if you don't have balance here. You gotta have balance here to have balance there. Yeah, so we get in unbalanced relationships. Let's talk about that on another video. Not this one. I'm about to wrap this one up. Yeah, let's talk about that. Let's talk about how we get into unbalanced business relationship situations and agreements. Let's talk about how, we get in unbalanced jobs or means of making incomes. We get in unbalanced friendships. It's not just about, and this is why I get so, frustrated when we're talking about something and everyone always directs it back to an intimate relationship between, especially when it has something to do with a woman and her spirituality and how she's tapping in and pouring into herself. It always got to do with something dealing with a man. Like, yo, come on. Seriously? Come on. It's not just about our relationship with men, even though that is a very important relationship within our life journey. It is. And we'll get into that too. But let's talk about why today is so important for you to pour into yourself. If you follow me on Facebook, you saw me post that I was pouring a little extra into myself today. Absolutely. We have to do that. We have to do that. It's a part of our healing. Us being able to love and care for ourselves, because what we give ourselves, what we have within ourselves, that we show, that we give out to the world. That adornment that I'm talking about, we give out to the world. We give the world space. They're not going to come to you and you're going to be like, yeah, I was thinking about da-da-da-da-da-da, whatever it was, right? And then they come back to you, Listen, the other day, I was just saying so randomly to someone I thought was a friend, that I'm in love. And I just so happened to catch the face of the person. And the face was like, I was like, whoa. I mean, in real time? In real time? My happiness bothers you? And you showing this to me in real time. So then when I call it out, like, whoa, this person starts flailing. Oh, okay. Well, that's messed up, Kept my calm. Wow, real time. Okay. My relationship with that person will never be the same. Never. And it's sad because, you got a lot of people have potential, whether it be, it's not just, oh, you saw potential in him. Shit, you saw potential in her. You saw potential in your blood sister. You saw potential in your blood brother. You saw potential into your blood cousins. And then you saw potential. Listen, it ain't just men out here hurting people. It's people out here hurting people, okay? It's people out here hurting people, breaking relationships, and doing crazy things. It ain't just men. So when we start talking about letting things go and da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, and letting people and removing people and all this, that, and the third, come on, it could be your own mother, your own father. That's hating on the fact that you happy. And if they're hating on the fact that you're happy, then they might not be just like a completely evil person, but maybe you need to back away a little bit so that you can protect yourself while they're going through whether or not they decide to heal what got them upset about you being happy. Or what about your energy when you come through and you ain't hurting nobody, you come through and they all uptight and bothered. Come on. That's why I say it's not all love and light, baby. Everybody is not the same, baby. So I'm not going to give everybody the same. Everybody don't get the same. They don't. And it's crazy because we don't live in our own communities. We don't live in our own communities where we can be around people that at least have the same standards and principles that you have. So we're constantly having to maneuver in and out these circles and spaces where these people don't even see eye to eye with you. And you giving them the same energy they're giving. Nah, you're not. You're not. I'm not depleting myself. I'm not depleting myself. I don't give a damn when nobody talking about, oh, you can do it. Yeah, I know I can alchemize. I'm an alchemist. I didn't get this far without being an alchemist. I know how to shift when I need to, but I mean, sometimes you don't want to have to do that. Sometimes you want to be relaxed, like a soul care Sunday, that you pouring into yourself, that you're not depleting yourself, that you're not making yourself small, that you're not making yourself short just to fit in, just to be somewhere. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I am not doing that anymore. I will not do that anymore. I don't have to shrink. I can remove my energy. My energy can, it's in the vehicle of this body. Energy cannot be destroyed, but it can be moved. And this energy will be moved. Whether the energy is missed or not, it's not my problem. But anyway, I gotta go. I got somewhere I gotta be. So, beautiful soul care, beautiful people. Okay? I wish everyone peace. I wish everyone healing. I wish everyone awareness. You know? Listen. Let's see if we can see it. Can we see it? Can we see it? Get out there by the water, y'all. Get out there by the water. Get out in nature. Breathe in this good ass prana, baby. Can I get a hello? Again, thank you, Infinite Waters. You guys have a beautiful rest of your day.